Hello, hello.
I know the drill.
Yeah, you know the drill. Welcome, welcome. Waiting for Instagram here to log on. Oh, dang it. I closed it out.
Perfect.
Let's try this again. Hold on. Did you see? You saw Mortal Kombat this weekend, right?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. I mean, I feel like I have my problem is that I don't have the nostalgia. Like there's so many
Yeah.
like little things in it that are just like nostalgia hits, but I think it captured what that kind of movie is supposed to be way better than the first one. The first one I think was trying a little bit too hard to be like almost like carry like a feel good family angle.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was just like all out silliness, gore, violence, killing
Right,
off
right.
main characters.
The first one was like trying to be like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like they were like trying to give you like little like wisdom, and they were like, this is about the power of the martial art, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that and like when it came out, I feel like it was coming off the tail of a lot of like successful MMA movies, like Warrior and like
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Fighter. And so it was like his story was that he was an MMA fighter and that was kind of like the basis of it. And yeah, I just don't think it really played by the time it came out.
Got it. Cool. Well, if you were just catching up, we are talking about Mortal Kombat that came out this weekend. And if you've never joined us before, this is Mogul News Weekly, episode 46. It's our twice a week live stream show where we cover everything from box office buzz to the industry's biggest power plays and all things Mogul by MoviePass. My name's Luigi, the host, and this is my co-host Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Hello.
Episode 46. Let's just get into it because there was some interesting things that happened over the weekend. Namely, we had some good holdover. Michael specifically, I'm like, dang.
Yeah, starting with the holdovers, Michael did 26 million, which was only a 31% drop week over week. Yeah, we were talking this morning in our huddle about it potentially passing Bohemian Rhapsody as like the biggest like music biopic, biggest grossing ever released, and I'm pretty sure it's headed towards that. I think it's either there or almost there in terms of domestic box office. I don't know about global, but I think it will definitely get there at least by June, which is super cool. And The Devil Wears Prada 2 holding over pretty well, 18 million. I think Gretchen, our COO, this morning mentioned that we're still up like 15 or 16% year over year box office, which is kind of getting us closer to pre-COVID numbers. This topic of like millennials, not millennials, Gen Z, like kind of taking up the mantle as like the next generation of moviegoers and like finding their movie going zone, I think is super cool. And yeah, it continues to be a really good year at the box office.
Yeah, it's
Um,
looking like so Bohemian Rhapsody made about 911 million worldwide, and Michael right now is at 700. Last I checked, maybe a
yeah,
little
that's
over.
right.
Still, I mean that's crazy. It wasn't supposed to be this big of a movie.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it's like I swear every movie that comes out this year, the story has kind of been
Overperforming.
the same. Like, wow, this is overperforming. This is holding over really well.
Yeah,
Yeah, people are finding their way back to the theaters one way or another.
yeah, love to see it. Um,
Um, yeah, the biggest mover this week was Obsession. Um, I think the highest number we saw last week was like kind of 10 to 12 range. Thursday night, I saw 13 million and then ended up doing 16.1 opening weekend. So 3 million above its top end forecast is nothing to sniff at. So
Yeah.
Obsession doing really well first weekend. If anyone saw that, let us know what you thought in the chat. I don't think did Stacy see that? Do you know?
No, he saw Is God Is this weekend.
That's right. I don't think we had any discussion about Obsession this morning, so I'd love to hear what you guys thought.
Yeah. Please let
Mortal
us know.
Kombat holding over pretty well. Sheep Detectives hanging in the mix. We heard another our COO Gretchen saw Sheep Detectives, said it was great. Feel good movie. It'll make you cry if you're in the mood for something like that. And Super Mario Galaxy and Project Hail Mary, of course, still hanging around.
Crazy to me. That is wild.
Yeah, still in the top 10, both those movies.
Good for them. All right. That being said, then what are our pick holds and drops? For those of you that don't know, the Mogul game is going to complete its first season at the end of the week. So get in there if you haven't, at least to check it out before you get locked out.
That's right. We have Mandalorian this weekend. I think that's the obvious pick. There's a couple smaller releases that I don't know too much about. Corporate Retreat, I Love Boosters, and Passengers. Any of those standing out to you?
I Love Boosters looks really interesting. It's Kiki Palmer. And then it's
Oh
also
yeah. We watched that trailer.
Moore. Yeah. It's like a group of like what seems like it's like young women grouping together to like stick it to the man and like fast fashion, basically.
That was
and it's set in San Francisco.
Nice. I think that was the same director as Sorry to Bother You, maybe?
Yes.
Is that right?
And Lakeith Stanfield is in it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it just has kind of like the trailer at least had a very like wacky, over the top, interesting aesthetic. Yeah, that is one to keep an eye on for sure. Looking a little bit ahead, I think we have Backrooms next week, which I think I almost think it's destined to overperform.
Agreed.
No matter how high the forecasts go, I think it just has that cult YouTube gamer following that is, I think, probably gonna show up more than people expect. So that's definitely another one next weekend to keep an eye out for as well.
I feel like a really good sort of formula is like, can you play to like an existing fan base and maybe not even use like existing IP necessarily? Like it's original IP to an existing fan base. Like I look at like Weapons, Sinners, like there's like such a horror fan base there. Ryan Coogler has his own fan base alone. And Michael B. Jordan, just these ones that like are really exploding and performing so well. It's because there's like already kind of a community there to back it up, like right at the onset, and then from there, I feel like it's word of mouth.
Yeah, what was that? There was one earlier this year from Markiplier, a YouTuber. It was like that like kind of like horror thriller submarine movie that ended up doing really well. I think kind of a similar story. And video game adaptations obviously have a pretty horrible track record. But the fact that like the creator of Backrooms is here and directing his first movie at 20, Kane Parsons, if you didn't know, I think it's like it's in really good creative hands compared to most other video game adaptations. Pretty rare to have like the original creator on board for the movie. So I would say it probably has, it's not the classic video game adaptation, but I think it probably has the potential to be one of the best video game adaptation movies we've seen ever, maybe.
Do you feel like they get a bad rap? I feel like it's like, I don't know, like 70-30. 70% of them do really well and 30% of them kind of fail. Like, I'm just thinking of like Minecraft last year, even Super Mario Brothers this year, like they do well. It's like whether or not like it's actually like doing a service to the original IP, that's another question, but I always feel like they do pretty well.
Even when they don't, I still feel like they're really fun. Like I'm thinking of like the original Super Mario Brothers movie, like Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is like so dumb, but like so fun. So like there is kind of like a high floor in that sense. And your examples are good. Like Minecraft obviously did crazy well. The new Mario movie both of them have done insanely well. So I do think we're kind of seeing it be reshaped over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Agreed. All right, moving on to our trending topics. We have quite a bit that happened this week. Cans having started last week. A lot of interesting, like, sort of gossip coming out of the social media sphere as well as the news. First up, we have, I think, after months of speculation post Coachella, Jacob Elordi and Kendall Jenner. Everyone thought they were dating, but no one really knew. And now it appears that is very much official after they were spotted together over the weekend in Hawaii. And also in a car together with Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner.
What a crew.
I mean, come on. I'm like,
The
if this is a
paparazzi
PR stunt, it's a good one.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it always kind of is with the Kardashians, but they know what they're doing. Also, like, the paparazzi are crazy. This has to have been like a fully private beach in Hawaii, I'm sure. If it's
Yep.
these two, like, God knows how the paparazzi are finding these people. Are they like going out by boat?
Right, exactly. They must be. And what are they hiding behind? Are they hiding behind like a tree? Like, where are they? They must be so. I think like cameras have gotten so good too, where it's like they can be so far away and like snap these kinds of pics.
Even just
I
with
mean,
an
my
iPhone,
iPhone
like,
camera, yeah.
yeah, if you
That
just
is
have an
insane.
iPhone Pro, like, you have a 40x zoom, you can take a good enough picture of Jacob Elordi from, 500 feet away or
Exactly.
something.
Exactly. So the internet is ablaze with all of this because I think like these are two Hollywood darlings, like Jacob Elordi, Timothy Chalamet, like that. Those are massive stars, and like to have the sisters, like Jenner sisters, be dating both of them at the same time is kind of wild.
Yeah, it is wild. I
I
want to
mean,
know
I'm
what kind
kind
of
of here
car he's
for it.
driving here.
I know, me too. I'm like, is it like an old Range Rover? Like I could see him driving like an old Range Rover, like a Jeep Wagoneer or something, like something that feels like Americana, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gotta fit the vibe.
Anywho, so yeah, that's that on the gossip front. Before I start that next one, if you guys didn't see, Pedro Pascal joined Sigourney Weaver and Jon Favreau at the Star Wars Galaxy Edge, which is a ride in Disneyland, to promote The Mandalorian and Grogu. And they surprised riders and guests by revealing Pedro Pascal under the Mandalorian mask. So let's go to watch. That was not what I wanted to watch, but you got the deal. There was a whole video of like all the clips like together of like people being surprised by him, and he's like talking to them, and he basically says, "Now that you've seen my face, I have to kill you." I think overall people are quite excited for this. There's once again a huge fan base. It's Disney, can't go wrong. It's going to be good. Next up, as I said earlier, Cannes officially opened this week. But the real story, I think, is that, a lot of the sort of big Hollywood studios are skipping this Cannes entirely. Instead, all of the acquisition is happening around like kind of niche titles and international prestige films. That's like what's driving the market buzz. One thing of note that I did find was, do you know who Jordan Firstman is?
I don't think so, not by name at least.
He was like a social media star turned, well, I guess he was a comedian turned social media star turned actor, and has written a movie, and it got bought by A24 for $17 million.
Damn.
I'm like, I would retire tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's been like bidding wars for these movies because I'm sure A24 obviously wants more awards. They've not been doing great the last couple of years at the Oscars. Neon is kind of taken over, I would say. And so like that's set off like this bidding wars for these kind of niche films that are like awards ready. We'll see. Like Club Kid, that's gonna. I don't know. I wonder what it's about. I don't even know what it's about.
Is the movie completed? It sounds like the movie exists
Yeah,
then, and they're just buying the rights to it?
yeah, exactly. So it apparently premiered potentially at Cannes, and then which is what happens to a lot of these movies. Like they are, they're done by these production houses, like art house production houses, and then people go to Cannes, and then the studios bid on them. A
Gotcha.
lot of the times, like these ones that premiere at Cannes, they're not like being produced and created by A24 per se.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, like A24, I think still has the brand power, the name recognition over those other studios. But yeah, like the last couple years, the neons of the world have really been kind of punching up. So A24, if they want to stay the powerhouse they are, they do have to make these kinds of moves. And I imagine they have the money to do it. So
Yeah, and this movie was an official selection, so it did premiere at Cannes.
nice.
That's really interesting. Next up, there is a little bit of news about the Fast and the Furious. So I did not know that the Fast and the Furious. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
You can still hear me. Okay. I did not know Fast and the Furious is celebrating the 25th anniversary.
Damn. Yeah.
And so
2001.
they were all on the Cannes red carpet, as we can see here. Michelle Rodriguez looking great. Tyrese, obviously, and then Vin Diesel making a heart with his hands. Actually, it's not what I expected to see at Cannes.
No, I did not have
You
that on
know,
my bingo card.
like what is that about? And then it does appear that Vin Diesel they screened Fast and the Furious at Cannes for this anniversary, and then Vin Diesel made a speech at the end, basically as a tribute to Paul Walker. So we can give it a watch now. And he cries. What?
It was on the script at first. This blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy would be a brother to me. As the years went by, as he wanted us to continue the story, after the premiere, no one else could be around. He didn't want to be around anyone. Just would walk off from me and whisper in my ear. He said then the best one's still in the can.
Sorry, what?
Very drunk and very Vin Diesel.
We never said he was like a scholar, right? He's not like our generation Socrates. Like, I can feel the emotion from him. It's okay, Vin Diesel.
Heartfelt, yeah. Heartfelt nonetheless.
But yes, it's 25 years. I can't remember when Paul Walker died, but it was pretty shortly after the films, or at least the second film. It was a huge
Something like
blow.
2010 would be my guess.
Yeah.
2013.
Okay, he does say, he says, I pray that in your life you can have a brother like Paul. That's sweet. And then a nod to Meadow, who's Paul's daughter, Meadow Walker. Meadow has been such a source of strength, and I know her father would be so proud of her. Oh, he was such a star. All right, moving on. A little downer, but that's okay. I think one of the biggest sort of selections from Cannes that came out was a movie called Hope, and it's by a director, Na Hong Jin. It's neon, and it's definitely one of the most discussed trailer drops. So I haven't seen it yet, so we can watch it together now.
Cool. Damn.
I guess that's not at all what I thought that was. I think of like Kansas, like it's about storytelling and like the art of filmmaking. And actually, what I will say is that I mean that trailer just alone was really beautifully shot. Like it looks
Yeah.
like it's a beautifully shot horror thriller movie. So
Yeah, I
we're
can't think
moving.
of it's very like very high action feeling. I can't think of like a Korean film that's like quite scratched that itch that there's definitely a reason that trailer is being hyped so much.
And sci-fi too, like a
Yeah,
sci-fi
sci-fi.
aspect.
Yeah, like the spaceship.
Yeah, and they're like showing us the creatures, which I think is an interesting thing to do in a trailer. But they know what they're doing, I guess, because it's being talked about. So I'm
Keep
excited
an
to
eye out
see
for
that.
that one. Did you freeze? Slight technical difficulties. Welcome back.
Not sure what happened there. I think our Wi-Fi went out for a second. Boom. Anyway, so moving on. So the leaderboard. Here's the update to the leaderboard. This is really truly the last week to play. So if you haven't yet, again, check it out. mogulgame.moviepass.com. We have kind of final ranking here. Oh shit, sorry. At least until this weekend. Foxtrot got overtaken by Wolf Sweating here for the first spot. We have Share Love moved up 2 spots to number 3. McDonald Duck moved up to number 4, and Eudisteer is in 5th place. So yeah, check it out, mobilegame.moviepass.com, and we will see you later this week. Sound good? All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you guys.